Are you divorced and wonder what questions should you be asking when it comes to your Social Security claiming options? If so, we're going to cover the most important questions you need to have answered today in our Tuesday tips, so stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, Certified Financial Planner and President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center, and I want to welcome you once again to our Tuesday tips, where today we are going to be continuing our discussion around what claiming questions you need to be asking and getting answers to. Well, unfortunately, since 50% of all marriages do end up in divorce spousal benefits as it pertains to Social Security gets a lot of attention. So let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today and continue our discussion around what important questions do you need to be asking as it pertains to your Social Security benefits. Now, the next category that I want to highlight are going to be for divorced and deceased ex-spouses. What things do you need to be aware of when it comes to claiming your Social Security benefits? Now, the first question that you need to ask here is, were you married for at least 10 years continuously to this ex-spouse or ex-deceased spouse? If the answer to that question is yes, then the following information will apply to you. So here, the same rules would apply to you as it would for a spousal benefit. If you qualify for this spousal benefit, you also, as an ex-spouse, will qualify up to 50% of that ex-spouse primary insurance amount. But you also have to know if that amount is going to be greater than your own amount, because in any situation like that, you're always going to get the higher benefit off your own record. So make sure that is understood before you go to try to apply for an ex-spouse's benefit. But as an ex-spouse, you do have a situation that is unique than being a spouse of the person that you're filing off of. As an ex-spouse, you do not have to wait for that ex-spouse to file for their benefits before you can claim off their record. If that divorce was more than 2 years and both you and that ex-spouse are at least age 62 and older, if you fit that bill, you don't have to wait until that ex-spouse file for their benefits like a current spouse would. You can go ahead and file for your ex-spousal benefits. Now, one of the things that you do have to be mindful of as an ex-spouse is that if you do remarry, you may lose your ability to claim Social Security benefits off of your ex-spouse. Also, if your ex-spouse is deceased, you may be eligible to claim a survivor benefit off their record as well. It is also important to understand that if you do remarry before the age of 60, you may become disqualified from claiming those ex-spouse's survivor benefits. So you don't want to remarry before the age of 60 if you plan on claiming an ex-deceased spouse benefits. Now, the last thing that I want to cover when it comes to claiming your Social Security benefits is, what if you're currently receiving or will receive a pension based on earnings from a non-covered Social Security job? Now, this would include things like a state or federal position that you may have worked in all of your working career. If you're in that particular situation where you did not pay into Social Security, these are some of the things that you're going to have to understand. You're going to need to see if you're going to be affected at all by these two provisions known as the government pension offset and the windfall elimination provision. If you are going to be affected by these provisions, you also need to know that your benefits may be reduced or completely zeroed out. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today. And we will also like to hear from you. Let us know what your thoughts are regarding this particular subject matter and leave any questions or comments in the section below. And if you found this information to be beneficial, all that we ask is that you subscribe to this channel so it can continue to grow, like this video, and share it with others.